Hello and welcome to MBD's coverage of Prodigy Disc Pro Tour 2020 here from Kuopio, Finland. It's the Perfect Flight commentary duo back at it again. My name is Jørn Kvig and I got with me Dean Schaub, and we are looking forward to even more birdies, Dean.
Yeah, we're going to see the guys show off their technical skills. We kind of go back and forth in and out of the woods, a lot of mango trees off the tee. A lot of controlled anhyzers and a lot of elevation change like we see on this Puijo course.
Yeah, Puijo is on a ski resort, so you will see a lot of the elevation as you're mentioning, and Väinö just coming out scorching hot on the front nine with a -8. Let's see if he can keep it up here at hole 10. It's a par 3, downhill 107 meters. You can see there is OB all around. Get used to the white sticks and get used to me saying there is OB behind the basket, so you're looking at the death butt almost no matter what you're doing. But laying it out with a forehand, getting it to hyzer in or going straight, as we will most likely see Väinö doing with a slightly fade in towards the basket. Just get it there and get it to stick. That's basically the recipe for success here, as we have Mikael starting us off. Oh, and this is a little low. Needs to get some big skip, and doesn't, but stays in bounds.
Yeah, like a lot of holes on this course, it's about speed control, height control.
Mikael, being the local boy here, 10-16 rated. You might not have heard about him before, but he is playing great disc golf at the moment, as we see Väinö absolutely lacing this one. Disc just dying down towards the left there. And Albert going high and wide, and this needs to sit down, and it does not. Ending up out of bounds, and that's the risk with coming in such a hard green as we have here, coming in with that spike angle. You might get lucky and you might not. And Samuel, this is hyzering out way early. It's rolling, but it's rolling him actually a little bit better than it looked from the tee. Mikael doing the only sensible thing there with the OB in the back.
Whoa. If you're gonna miss, catch 80% of the chains on your way by.
And you can see the wizard of Estonia just pushing that disc down. He wanted nothing to do with another roll. And choo-choo! Väinö continues his trip on the birdie train.
Yeah, 2-stroke swing now with Albert. Yeah, we saw Albert go with a shot he's obviously comfortable with. The wide, high, spike hyzer forehand, but pays the price with these greens.
Yep. And we're at hole 11, par 3, 78 meters. This time we're in the woods, so no wind to talk of, but of course it's even more trees. One of the common mistakes here is hyzering out early, or just trying to force flex something down towards the green and ending up hitting one of the trees on the right hand side. So let's see if the boys are ready to go some neutral putters and just make it float down there. It's a tricky shot. You don't want to overshoot this either, because you will be looking at a long comebacker.
Yeah, the ground play around the basket here is an absolute nightmare.
And this is looking great from Väinö. Oh, what?
Yeah. Really cool of the course designers actually to leave this pin where it is at 78 meters. You see the urge with a lot of people these days to move everything longer, but we see going long is really punishing on this hole. So I love that they left the basket where it is. And
just completely missing his line, but ending up in circle 2 with an obstructed look for birdie. Not what Mikael wanted to do. And this is looking high from Samuel, which means it's going to fade. And it's going to fade long if it doesn't hit a tree, which it did. Still ending up around 50 meters from the basket, so... My bad, 20 meters from the basket. And that just goes to show the challenge if you leave it a little bit high and fading out.
This looks like a Opto X SP1 Zombie. SPZ1, sorry. Just left it out to the right. Glides forever till it hits something.
Yeah, only 78 meters, but tricky nonetheless. Shouldn't be too much.
Oh boy.
Challenging par, but that is a challenging birdie. Samuel ringing one up from 20 meters. Oh, come on.
Back to
What's
back.
going on here?
I think Albert needed that one, especially coming off a bogey. Maybe that'll kind of kickstart his round here. Some unique rolls on this hole.
Yeah. Mikael caging it, but there you go. Full power. Stopping his 8 birdie streak. And giving Albert a chance to gain one on him before we get the replay from Samuel. 17 meters. Just dead center. Nicely done. Alright, hole 12, par 4, 221 meters. There is OB on the right, there is no OB on the left, but you do not want to go in there because this is as dark as a Finnish forest can be. You will most likely see all the guys going with something pretty aggressive off the tee, landing around here. And if we see someone who's really crazy, they might even try to drive the green, but I don't know why, because it's just such a demanding and long shot, even though it's downhill. Just such a demanding shot.
Yeah, if you are attacking the basket, I imagine you really do want to end up left and not bring that OB into play.
This is looking high and wide.
It's a D1 from Samuel.
And this is as good as you can draw it up, in my opinion. Great execution. Give him an easy birdie look. As we see Albert.
We saw Albert looking so far out to the right, even as he's setting up his shot. This one has some work to do.
Yeah, and ending up out of bounds. Just a little bit too wide. I imagine his thought process was that if he just go full on hyzer out on the right, it's just going to fade into the perfect spot, but didn't come back enough. Väinö ending up a little bit shorter than Samuel, but still should have a decent approach towards the basket.
Really curious how Mikael plays it, being from here.
Low and wide, good stability, getting the skip. Not as far as Samuel, but still great drive from Mikael. There you have Albert.
Looking at an ocean of out of bounds. Standstill, downhill approach. Nothing easy about this one.
Yeah, in the picture you could actually see 70% OB and then the rest was the green. As he absolutely parks that one. Great execution by Albert. And this is all about speed control from Väinö, which he does to perfection.
I love it when players at this level get their full body into a swing and use another method of taking distance off, whether it's a fan grip or something else. But we saw Väinö with the full commitment even on a softer shot.
You see Samuel is left with just a long approach putt. Just showing how easy some of these big throwers can have this hole. And
oh, Mikael. He hated his approach, but rings it up anyway for birdie.
That is a great putt by Mikael.
Albert settling for a circle 4 there.
As Väinö and Mikael just cleaning up their birdies. And we move on. After we see Mikael just nailing this 13-meter death putt. Love the height and speed control. Nothing but pole. And let's hope he hits only the pole on hole 13. This is a par 3. A lot of trees, as you can see. 84 meters. You will have a Swiss, I don't know, forest guy jumping and dancing around, which can be distracting, but other than that, should be a fairly easy straight potted throw with a natural fade towards the basket, or you can leave it out a little bit wider on a hyzer, a little bit higher, and have it come in as long as you get in the woods. Oh, and there's a little bit of a tree kick for Väinö, but still have that forward momentum, and it's not too bad.
Yeah, you saw Väinö really wanting some height on that M3, like you said, to carry it to the basket at the end of its flight. Mikael, same thing, wants to give it enough height.
Hitting one of the guardian trees, but should be in the circle. Never seen that one before. Practice throw with a finish of grass throwing afterwards. And all the guys are going right here, as we see a little bit of the gallery. Tough lie for Samuel. Got a little bit of a tester to save his par. Väinö. Oh, he's back on the putter.
Yeah, we see when Väinö's hitting putts, he can play with anyone in the world. He's hitting them today.
Mikael just continues his circle 2 putting. Rings one up from 11. Albert just a little bit low. And Samuel ending left, and this is rolling. It needs to settle down, and it does. This is one of the courses where you are hunting the birdies, and if you're a little bit off the path, you will get punished, and that's why you see this man now in a 3-shot lead over Albert after making a great slight uphill 30-meter putt. Going into hole 14, par 3, 76 meter. Man it to the left off the tee, and just throw something slightly understable, just having it glide in towards the basket here, and should be easy birdie, but of course it's easier said than done. So let's see how the guys are solving this. Väinö first. Do you see a forehand as a possibility here as well, Dean?
If it is, it's a tricky little short forehand for sure. Got to throw something a little more overstable. Hope you can just sort of pump it down a ways. I like this play a lot better.
Yep.
PA3 from Väinö, absolutely park. You see how many rocks, roots, stumps, everything else that can go wrong. Hard packed dirt.
A little bit more.
Mikael really forcing one over there.
Yep.
Throwing it a little harder and paying for it with a hard kick.
And Albert, oh, this just goes for days in the wood. Not what he was looking for.
That's difference there in plastic choice as well. He's throwing that stiffer premium plastic, and yeah, get harder kicks.
Yeah, and the Prodigy boys really solving hole 14 excellent here. Both with a bullseye hit. Albert is not seeming to find the rhythm here at the back nine. Hitting a tree there as well.
Yeah, Albert looks just a little bit off in a few different phases of his game. His putt looks a little bit wristy, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Nails that one though. Fortunate there. Two pretty subpar shots and then a putt saves his par.
Yep.
Mikael with an unfortunate miss there as he was really heating up.
Yeah, ending up with a bogey like Albert. Well, Samuel and Väinö just cleaning up their birdies and moving on to hole 15, par 3, 65 meters. Dogleg right. This is a touchy little putter shot. Just going to have to go with something stable or basically just forcing one in a good hyzer line, flying it up towards the sky and having it dump down to the left.
An absolute brutal behind the basket drop off.
Väinö needs to use the height of the hole. Swing this one a little bit too wide, but has a forward kick once again from the trees, leaving him a 12-meter putt.
Yeah, when things are going well, they're going really well, and Väinö's getting all the breaks today.
Yep. This is looking more like it by Samuel. It's good execution. Just keeping the angle right, keeping the speed good. Making sure it's high enough. And this is actually lower, so he's needing to go with skipping it in. Perfect by Albert.
Mikael only one behind Albert now, but finds that early tree. And we see Väinö just almost out of nowhere now with a 4-shot advantage over Albert, Mikael, and Samuel close behind.
Local love once again for Mikael. Just kicks that one into the circle. Väinö to make it 5 for 6 birdies here at the back nine. And he does. And there is no doubt that Väinö has found his rhythm with the putter. Just draining another one from circle 2.
He's not exactly making these like low and to the left. They're all dead center, perfect height, and from everywhere. Unfortunate there for Samuel, missing another putt. He could have really put together a solid round.
Mikael not happy with getting just a par on one of the shorter holes on the course. As we see so far a solid -7 round from Albert. Have another chance here at hole 16, par 3, 114 meter uphill, up this slope here, which means that it plays more like 130, 140 meters. Just need to make sure that you put enough effort into it, enough power behind it, and not having it fade out too early.
This hole is a lot more uphill than it looks, especially at the end. I think the play is really to work something left to right, come across the tee pad right to left. Throwing uphill is such a unique skill in disc golf.
And it seems like Väinö is doing exactly what you were talking about, moving it right, left to right, and then just nice little tuck and roll into the bullseye.
Yeah, there's no other word for that. That's a brilliant shot. Just such amazing execution.
And Albert going almost pure hyzer. That is elite distance, parking the basket. Wow.
Well, trust your stuff and pump a Ballista Pro on a hyzer, I guess, is also a play. Woo.
This is hyzer flipping nicely, and it is up there on the top plateau. Nice drive by Samuel.
Yeah, I don't know if Väinö holds hyzer flip training for his Prodigy teammates, but that was really nice by Samuel. Mikael going for the same thing. It looks like it's gonna fade a little early.
Yeah, and keeps it in bounds.
Inbounds pin high with still the early fade.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, and cans it.
Great putt. Looks like we're going to see another star frame here.
And Mikael, you know, has some big wins on his resume. He's been here before with these same competitors. Really holding his own well out there. And Väinö and Albert absolutely park a really difficult hole in two different ways.
And then we have the first star frame of the back nine. We'll see if we can get another one here at hole 17, par 3, 70 meters. Again, a lot of trees right off the gate, but just keep it straight and keep it true, and hopefully you'll have a nice little look for the bird. It's not the distance which is the challenge here, it's the tee shot and making sure that you don't hit any of the first two trees here going into the woods.
Such a tricky flow of the course. You finally get out in the open again, and you're going right back in the woods.
Yeah.
See that gummy PA3 from Väinö?
This is looking like the one. That is a great little ace run from Väinö. Samuel. Just going a little bit long, but have a circle's edge comebacker.
I think this is a P3X from Mikael. Sits it up nicely, yeah.
So much power on the forehand from Albert. Stand still, almost no movement of the hand, and just poof, it goes. So we see Samuel just draining that one like it's nothing.
Väinö just not letting up. Minus 15 on the round.
Now 7 out of 8 on the back nine here as well. Just a lot of green. And a par for Albert. As we move into 18th and last hole, par 4, 140 meters. Tight double mando off the tee. As you can see, there is OB left, so there's basically two choices. Dean, run through them for me.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those holes where you really can't fade out early. You're gonna be out of bounds. So I think that option is really blast a forehand through that double mando and hope for the best. You know, when it's par 4 and only 140 meters, that there is some trickiness to the hole.
Oh, misses the man completely.
Oh no.
Ending a fantastic birdie streak. And Samuel going the aggressive line. The backhand is not turning that enough over. And of course the danger with going with the backhand and driving the green here is that you're driving it all the way over OB. So it will not be an easy approach for him. As we see Mikael just putting it out there.
Yeah, this is a true risk-reward hole. You're risking everything with the backhand.
Great power and control by Albert. Should have no problem getting up and down for his bird.
Yeah, Väinö's Mando miss is really unfortunate because you're not really risking anything with the forehand anyway, and you still pay the price.
And you see here that Väinö is going with the layup from the drop zone. Being a backhand dominant player, you might feel that this is the safer choice than trying to flip something in an uphill. Usually causes some form of roll, so...
Yeah, not all drop zones are created equal. That one looks pretty punishing. Still in the woods.
Beautiful approach by Mikael. High and wide under the basket. Alright, touch long.
Yeah, those harp forehands are almost automatic.
And Väinö leaving this one a lot wider than he wanted to. Just seemed like it was stuck a little bit too long on his fingers. But he's been putting great so far this tournament. So he rings up that bogey. Ending up, despite with a bogey on the last hole, minus 14. That is a killer of a round. Samuel, a little low. And as we see the guys tapping out, just gotta give a shout out to the Patreons of Natural Born Disc Golfer, helping to make this coverage possible. Same with Prodigy Disc, who is the Pro Tour title sponsor. So we see Albert tapping that one out. Ending in the midsection there was a little bit of ups and downs, but other than that, Albert has been playing solid, but totally overshadowed by Väinö's minus 14 round.
Yeah, and Mikael with a minus 10, creeping up on Albert, only one behind going into round 3.
And as we see the gallery walks off after a long day, I just want to thank all of you for watching. You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure you share this with someone who needs to see how darn good the Finnish players are at the moment. And here you have the scores from the lead card. Minus 14 by Väinö, minus 10 by Mikael, Albert with a minus 9, and then Samuel with a minus 6. Great showing by the guys, and especially with Mikael and Väinö. And here are the leaderboards, and we will see in the final round of the final tournament of the Pro Tour. We will have Väinö, Albert, Tamm, Mikael Räsänen, and Jesse Nieminen ready to slay this course on round 3. Like I mentioned, thank you to all the Patreons, and on behalf of myself and Dean, just want to thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.